Well, on the good news section, my Alpha 21 continues to just explode. We're seeing stuff all over the country. Just last night on ABC News, it was mentioned. They didn't mention it by name, unfortunately. Diane Sawyer on the news talking about what she called an undercover documentary that's fueling this situation down in Georgia.
You and Lila mixed up.
Yeah, I guess so. I guarantee you, anybody that looks at us is not going to get me and Lila mixed up, believe me. If they do, they have some bad eye problems. But the fact is, my Alpha 21 is changing the whole landscape of the pro-life movement from what we can tell. And down in Georgia, they have taken the Alpha 21 project and turned it into something called an Endangered Species Project, I guess is what you call it, putting up billboards around the state. And one of the people that's involved with, Georgia Right to Life's involved with, one of those people is Catherine Davis, and she joins us right now from Atlanta. Hello, Catherine.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
Just fine, ma'am. Tell us what's going on down there. You guys are raising quite a ruckus.
Having the time of my life.
Don't you love gutsy?
Ryan Baumberger and I came together several months ago, and we were just talking about the fact that black people, if we were animals, we'd be on the endangered species list because of the impact that abortion has been having in our community. And bless his heart, he went home and took that conversation and came back with what are now our billboards that we put up in both DeKalb and Fulton counties, where over 70% of the abortions occur in the state. They're also where most of the black people in Georgia live. The largest pockets, I guess, of black people are in DeKalb and Fulton counties. And it's been causing quite a ruckus. We've been accused of being old and white, and I've
you're
been
young
told
and
I'm
black.
a man. Trying to deny women their rights. It's been a wonderful time in Georgia.
And Catherine, you know, just as Mark was saying, you're not an old white woman, right?
Not at all. Not at all.
It's like Johnny says, he's still black. He's always been black. He looks like he probably always will be.
Still black. Still got my black card.
Yeah. Well, you guys have taken the Alpha thing to a pretty neat level there with these billboards, and I know you're doing a lot with the videos, and you're having a lot of showings and so forth. And I don't know if you sent it to me. Somebody sent me a letter about a Pastor James Leake, who was described as probably the most gentle guy in the state of Georgia, who apparently just kind of went berserk when he heard about this when he saw the Alpha 21 documentary.
Oh, yeah. He is executive pastor at New Harvest International Ministries, and anyone that's met him will tell you he is not at all militant. He is the very, monotone, very mild-speaking gentleman. He's very slow in his conversation. He's just mild,
Right.
When he finished watching my Alpha, he called me up and he was like, "What in the world? What do I need to do? Who do I need to get? Where do I need to go?"
Praise God.
His whole aspect became militant, and I was like, "Pastor Leake, is that you?" And so he actually wrote an article for Georgia Right to Life, giving pastors action steps that they could take to begin to impact this issue. I mean, he is totally energized, totally embracing what we're doing and wanting to make a difference and reach out to other pastors.
Well, that's great. We're seeing that all over the country. I can't tell you how many of this conversations, just like what you're describing, I've had. By the way, we just got information here from the state of Pennsylvania, just released their abortion statistics for the year 2008. They just got them completed. Pennsylvania is slightly less than 10% black. Mm-hmm. Blacks made up 41% of their abortions in 2008.
Wow.
See, Mark, that shows you the targeting that the abortion industry is doing on the black community. They are really trying to zero in on what is wonderful about what Catherine did. She's going right back into the black community saying, guess what, guys, we're in danger. And that has started a ruckus. Catherine invited myself and Alvita, and And who else was with us, Catherine?
Walter Hoy.
Walter Hoy.
And, Dr. Laverne, I'm sorry.
Oh, my goodness. Laverne Talbert, this black sister used to work with Planned Parenthood, you know, and I mean, and Catherine has also been working on bill legislation, which is criminalizing aborting on the basis of race. Catherine, you got to say something about that.
Absolutely. We had several legislators that have come together, Democrats and Republicans, blacks and whites, who have authored a bill, House Bill 1155. And in essence, that bill makes it a felony criminal abortion if you perform the abortion because of the race, color, or sex of the child. So a culture that would support having girls over boys. If they go into the abortion clinic saying, I want to abort this baby because it's a girl, in Georgia, that would be a criminal abortion. If like this young lady that's here in Georgia, her mother told her because she was having a biracial child that she would put her out if she carried that baby to term, and she took her to the abortion clinic, where, by the way, she told them, my mother, I want to keep my baby, but my mother is making me terminate its life because it's black. That would have been a criminal abortion in Georgia under this bill. The bill has passed out of subcommittee and is being heard by the full committee when they reconvene in 2 weeks. And so we have great hope that bill will be passed in Georgia, making it a felony criminal abortion to solicit, coerce, or perform an abortion because of the race, color, or sex of the child.
The only amendment I'd like to see to this is disability. Right. So if a baby is Down syndrome or has a cleft palate or something like that.
90% of those do get executed.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, and that would shut down people like...
Let me show you something here, Johnny. I don't know if you've seen this or not.
I tell you, if blacks are waking up on this issue, and I am convinced that the abortion industry will not survive if they can't kill black folks.
That's
if they can't kill the handicapped
that's not even deniable, Johnny. That's not even deniable. African Americans hold the key to stopping abortion. I promise you that's a fact. Yeah. Look at this, Johnny. I want to show you something here. This is International Planned Parenthood Federation's Stand and Deliver. This is about their sex education and birth control and abortion. Do you notice anything common about all the children on the front?
Oh, yes. And they have this. People can actually you can bring it up on your internet.
Stand and Deliver.
Stand and Deliver.
All 3 children are black.
You know,
they're talking about doing sex education, and I won't even tell you what the stuff is they're talking about teaching kids in 5 to 10 years old. It's unbelievable. Now, Johnny...
40% of their abortions are on African Americans.
Yeah. You sent me this, Troy. I got the exact same thing from this exact same person. People think, we're starting to show up. Did you get this?
Troy sent it to me.
We're starting to show up on all of these, with MAFA 21 now, on all these white supremacist websites, and as you can imagine, they're not happy with us. This was sent to you, but I got the same thing.
Was it the exact same letter or something similar? Because it
same person.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. This is to Operation Rescue. Abortion is an efficient and cost-effective form of population control. This white Anglo-Saxon nation is being overrun by the sex-crazed, amoral, promiscuous blacks and wetbacks. Abortion must remain safe, legal, and frequent, especially in black and Hispanic areas. Keep abortion safe, keep abortion legal, keep abortion frequent in the ghetto. This sentiment we're seeing expressed to us, we're getting the emails and we're seeing it pop up on all these white supremacist websites. This is a common theme, as is we're seeing more and more stuff now coming out about eugenics. This was a full-page article in the Dallas Morning News. This was, let's see what the date was. This Sunday, January 31st, Sterilizing the Poor.
That's
and
an amazing article.
They're still advocating this stuff. And we're seeing since we've come out with MAFA 21, we've seen a rapid increase in this kind of thing. I don't know if it has anything to do with MAFA 21, but it's almost like they're saying, look, eugenics is a good thing. We approve of this, and so what you're arguing in this movie is irrelevant.
When I hear and see letters like that, I say, praise God, bring it on.
Shows people what we're really up against.
if people could just understand the wickedness that's behind, because the whole idea behind abortion is things try to stay so subtle,
Right.
so quiet.
Right.
But boy, oh boy, when they just raise their ugly heads and let the racism show, I say, praise God. Go ahead, pro-lifers.
Maafa
You're
is-
doing a great
is
job.
Doing a great job, especially because of the efforts of people like Catherine. And there's other people all over the country doing similar things.
Thank you, Catherine.
Catherine, thank you for joining us, and thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
And you keep hammering away at these people.
Gonna keep hammering away.
Thank you, ma'am.
God bless.
Bye-bye.